you know, YouTube, since I last streamed on YouTube, they changed their format and I don't like it. There we go. No. Dog. No. Dog. I don't know what caused that hiccup. I can only hope that did not cause issues. Cause, yeah, since I last streamed to YouTube, they've changed to be more like Twitch with their stream layout. And I don't like it. YouTube used to have a button for start and ending stream. Is it not receiving? What do you mean it's not receiving enough video? Yep. Okay, it says, despite what it's saying on the YouTube thing, yeah, it looks fine on my video end. Okay, now it was just it took a bit to catch up. Well, anyone watching this in the future, I apologize for that. You're going to see that there are 2 videos now for this because YouTube, well, actually it wasn't YouTube. I won't say it was them. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, my internet cut out for a second or what, but it was long enough for YouTube to decide to cut the stream. But yeah, so let's go back to the game. Okay, no, I flipped it. Oh god, I always get so confused in this area. I gotta remember I have the Buster and it's gonna, my shots are gonna be a little off. But yeah, okay, so as to why we can't do a retrospective video, my first video is actually unwatchable because it was made using the YouTube annotation system, for those of you who remember that. Because yeah, that used to be a thing. But yeah, so without the annotations, because they're gone, you can't watch it. I mean, you can watch it, you can see the really shitty, the one thing I can reflect on, I can reflect on the creation process of my videos. I was an idiot. I did a lot of stupid stuff when I started on YouTube. A lot of it is just like the way some of it's like the way I acted. I started making videos here when I was like a teenager, so yeah. I also kind of just leapt into making videos. I had never made a video before, looked into what was needed. Well, I wasn't like, I didn't start like in what, like the Wild West of YouTube, like, I mean, I started in 2010. Oh, I hate this one. I'm gonna stop this for a second. Stop talking for a second. Focus on the game because I hate this. Like, of all the mid area challenges, I really do not like this one. That was all me. That was completely me being stupid. I hate that. Yeah, I didn't know. I had no experience with art. I had no experience with film and animation. And I also had, like, the weakest understanding of the writing process. Since that I will say, and this is like me just like trying to pat my own back or anything. In all honesty, I've gained a little bit more of an understanding for a writing process. Besides just flying by the seat of my pants, which, oh my god, that's, for those unaware of, if you go back to my old videos, that's pretty much the writing process we had. It was just flying by the seat of our pants. We would script things out. I mean, granted, we had plans, like, okay, when I first started, I had, like, I just want to do this because it seems cool. That was pretty much my original process back when I first did my first few videos. And let's see if I can still, let's see, is he still, give me a second. Hold on one second, I'm just gonna mute myself. I stole the second brain cell to help me remember this. So yeah, I was okay, so first off, the stream did cut out for a hot second, because of, and you remember that one thing I liked about the YouTube streaming thing? Like, it had a button to end the stream on the YouTube stream menu. They got rid of it.
Oh.
So if my connection turns off for too long, it stops the stream.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, I know, but I kind of preferred the other one in case I had tech issues. But, so, you know, I was kind of, I was mentioning how we cannot do a proper retrospective for this channel because the first 4 videos are actually unwatchable.
Yep.
Because I use the annotation system.
Yeah.
You know what? Because it's been 10 years. I feel like I should explain. For those who don't remember, the annotation system were basically closed captions you could put in your video.
Yeah, and you could, like... Some of them you could even just form as, like, text boxes that came out of specific points.
Which is what I did. And, okay, as much as my old content when I could not write for shit or anything like that, I will say, younger me, I will give the props for the tenacity of doing those text boxes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I remember doing similar stuff.
Yeah. But, we did eventually... The brain cells eventually hit, and we decided to switch to Movie Maker.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I did, because at the time, I had just started and started using... Because when I first started here on like, making animations, well, quote-unquote animations, when I started making sprite videos, I was very paranoid about every program I was using. Eventually, I kind of just said, fuck it, got the text-to-speech program and started going nuts. Yep. But I will say, I rushed into making content so fast, because I mentioned I didn't know shit about the writing process, I didn't know shit about art and animation. I mean... Knowing that, the fact that I still did some of the stuff I did is actually kind of impressive.
Yeah.
The writing was still bad, and... Oh my god.
Cringe, younger teenager.
At least... Okay, I will give myself this much. It was cringe because of the fact it was like a lot of like strands of ideas that were not fully formed.
Yeah.
It was...
Also, and I'd say a lot of it was also just centered around that era of
YouTube,
Sonic sprites in general.
Yeah, no. Like if I have mentioned this before. If we were to ever go back to doing sprite videos, if I was like to do one on the side, and I would do it completely with an original cast. I would not do it with the official Sega cast.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was, for one thing. Anyone who, because I know there are people who still watch those videos. I mean, Hedgehog Court is still like getting views.
Somehow.
It's the second most viewed video on the channel. The first being Silver Self-Destruct.
Yeah.
Which it boils to the point. The Sonic community back then, 11 years ago, really bullied Silver the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
And Charmy.
It's a real shame.
The weird one was Charmy. I don't get where that one started.
For some reason, people hated Charmy.
No, it wasn't even that they hated Charmy. It's like, for some reason, the community made Charmy a pyro.
Yeah. It probably started with somebody's webcomic and then just took off.
Yeah, that's my guess, because like that was a thing that was done by a lot of spiders. A couple actually have come back to making Sonic Sprite videos. Like, I won't say YouTube names, but like I've seen it popping on my feed again. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's weird.
But in terms of like the writing was always, I mean the writing did get slightly better towards the end, but a lot of it was still at least I think it's safe to say when we started writing things, we had ideas about how we wanted things to end for each art. Then the overambition hit.
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of cool ideas we had, but it's like...
didn't have any cohesive idea of how to connect all that.
Well, not even how to connect it, but also how to do it.
Yeah.
It's like...
Like, character X has this, and will end like this. How do we do this now?
Like, I had an idea... like a full-blown idea for how I wanted one of the arcs to go, but then the overambition hit. That's like, I'm not actually able to do this. It's beyond my skill set. That was usually what happened. That, or it didn't help. I was also in high school and exhaustion hit hard. I mean, granted, I have since repurposed most of the characters that I've created for that project.
Yeah.
Into new things. Though it was funny because I had a comment pop up. It was a couple years ago now. But it just sticks in my head. It lives there rent free for some reason. It was during when I first restarted the series after I was like, I'm revamping all the sprites, I'm starting from scratch, all that stuff, that soft reboot I had.
Yeah.
Someone brought up like, oh, there was a lot of like recolors, blah blah. Here I'm like, in my defense, I only made 2. Because like, there were a lot of people in that series that I did not make the characters. I mean, I did the sprite work for a few of them, but I didn't create the concept and design.
Yeah.
So like, I will take the blame for what I did, but it was not on me. Almost knocked over my models. I mean, I've had ideas. I mean, like I said, I've repurposed most of the characters there. Like, most of them most of the ones I've owned, or at least can still contact the people who created said characters. I've repurposed them to MMD models, or merged them with different things, blah, blah, blah. And, yeah, that's where we are now. Now now I'm just another VTuber in streaming games. We play games.
We would like to play.
There are games on this phone, but it is still weird. Like if you look at this channel, like with the videos going back 11 years now, I'll be perfectly honest, it's kind of like a little bit of a time capsule.
I'd imagine so.
Because a lot of them are just, I just stupid. I hate this one. I legitimately hate this section. It's awful. You know what? I've been streaming for an hour. I think I'm going to end it with like this little retrospective stuff. So give me a second. I'm gonna turn off my console and then just put my thing in full screen. But yeah, it has been, like I was mentioning during the playthrough, during the stream there, it has been a crazy fucking year for this channel.
Yeah.
Because let's see, we started the year with finishing off Kingdom Hearts. Quote unquote finishing it off. I know I never finished the secret bosses.
But those are the secret bosses, and they're not entirely canon.
Well, actually, it's true. Its events of the post game for Remind are canon.
That's different.
That's what I was talking about. I was talking about the data fights.
Okay.
I did not have the energy to keep tackling Shion, and I didn't want to have that go on for months.
That's fair.
I did mention how we only finished 1/4 of Dot Hack, but that was just too prone to crashing for my taste. Though that might come back depending on how stable the Game Boy version is. Not Game Boy. The Switch version. I said Game Boy because, in my mind, The only thing that's ever going to throw this schedule I'm setting up out of whack. Battle Network Legacy Collection. Capcom announced it, you cowards. But we just did a lot of streams and actually managed to finish playthroughs this year, which it's crazy to me.
I can imagine.
Well, how many playthroughs did we start and just it got dropped? Remember Aria of Sorrow?
Yeah.
Going into 2021,
I've got
2021.
one for you.
What?
Remember Virtue's Last Reward?
I regret nothing.
Uh-huh.
But going into 2022, we've got on the solo. I'm going to be doing Ender Lilies as the weekday full playthrough. We're going to be switching up the method again for uploads. For Monday to Friday, it's going to be Ender Lilies. For Saturday, it's going to be full stream VODs of Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga with PK here.
Yes.
I will say, Ender Lilies is just being used to start off the year. I do have the next full series playthrough, kind of an equivalent to Kingdom Hearts, but it's not going to be like, an entire franchise.
Yeah.
I'm going to do specifically the Desmond Assassin's Creed games. So, Assassin's Creed 1, 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, and 3.
Right.
It will not include, for example, Liberation, Black Flag, Rogue, or Unity or anything else. It's just going to be 4 games in and out. It's kind of an easier project to do.
Yeah.
The only thing that's gonna suck, Assassin's Creed 1.
Ooh.
I was say, have you ever seen the first game?
Can't say I have.
Assassin's Creed 1, I'm not saying it's bad. You can't do aerial assassinations. You can't do sprint assassinations. You can't do assassinations unless you're in stealth. And some of the enemies you can only really realistically kill with assassinations. Also, it's a lot harder to blend into crowds.
Right.
But, yeah, so that is currently the thing I am planning on, unless something insane happens in the next few days, like next bit, and like Capcom just randomly drops a trailer for the Legacy Collection for Battle Network. And before everyone goes, how do you know it exists? We know a Battle Network project is in the works. They have told us that much. And it was also, last year was Battle Network's 25th anniversary.
Yeah.
But, one other thing, I'm trying to think what other games I've thought of in the works. So I got Assassin's Creed, we got Ender Lilies. We are going to be streaming more Final Fantasy XIV content, pretty much whenever a raid drops. And maybe every so often we'll do one of just level grinding or just hanging out.
Yeah, I could begin for that.
I do have another. This one is not set in stone. It doesn't have a set upload schedule, but I will mention I'm currently working it out in my head. I kind of want to do more things like the retrospective series we did for Final Fantasy XIV. Just reflecting on different games and everything like that. Kind of use it as a rebuild of the Writer's Corner.
So get Golden Boy in on that?
Here's the thing I was going to say. I was going to have as a rotating door. So, that...
Whoever feels up for it.
Exactly. Because...
That's good.
That way... granted, that way we won't have... Yeah, that way, 1, fresh input, and 2, we won't have as many scheduling conflicts.
Yeah, you're right.
Like if it's just one or two consistent members and then we recycle everyone, it'll be a little bit easier. Like for example, it also would be like if we also I'm sorry, I'm a little like this one's still a little rough in my head still. Instead of talking about like, different writing tropes, like we're not going to talk about oh, this is the thing we're going to specifically talk about. It's going to be instead focused on we're going to have a retrospective on this property. We'll talk about writing material related to this property.
Mm-hmm.
Like one I was kicking around was I want to do one maybe for Kingdom Hearts. Since that's then there's also one I want to do for like just a retrospective as the Heidelin Zodiac Saga as a whole. Not like the individual ones, just like this is the full thing, top to bottom.
Does that mean like all of the side content? Because that's all kind of important now.
True. That was where the issue came over doing that one. The other idea I had was also to tie in the retrospectives to the content that's going up on the channel whenever I finish a playthrough. It'd be a sit down and talk about said game. As like a sort of wrap thing, but it wouldn't be like if I'm doing something like Ender Lilies where I'm the only one who's played Ender Lilies, I'm not gonna do it for that. Because I'm the only one who's played it, it kind of makes it so I have to run the conversation.
Yeah.
But if it's something like, for example, Assassin's Creed, where we've all heard, at least have some experience or knowledge with Assassin's Creed.
More or less.
Yeah, so, or even just also the historical aspect of Creed.
Mm-hmm.
That makes it a little bit easier for a group to talk about. And then, like the first one I'm thinking of doing for might still be, might actually be Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga, a perfect game with no flaws whatsoever.
Yeah.
That game is perfect.
Depends.
I haven't played the Steam version. I've only played the 360.
Yeah, there are points where it feels like I don't know. There could have been more thought put into some of it.
I mean, granted, we're talking about a game that
we're also talking about a Lego game.
We're talking about a Lego game which, at the time, very heavily marketed to kids.
Still marketed to kids.
It's still very much marketed to kids, but like they weren't really trying to do anything extreme. They also really didn't know what the hell the series was going to turn into. Which is why I'm happy they're revisiting it with the Skywalker saga.
Yeah. It looks very impressive.
That to be honest, I would probably end up doing 2 retrospective videos for the Lego Star Wars games. One talking exclusively about Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga, and then one talking about the Lego genre as a whole for their Lego not parody, their Lego
style.
Yeah, because the issues talk about Lego games as a whole, we get a little bit more of a mess, and then we also get into the Bionicle games.
Bionicle games are cool.
Remember the Mask of Light game?
Remember Voyanui Online?
God, I think someone has rebuilt that. Also, fun fact.
Yeah, no, I downloaded it.
Of course. Someone is there's a group that is rebuilding Lego Universe.
Well, okay then.
It won't be like full online servers, but there are.
Maybe something.
You'll be able to. I won't say any more because I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But yeah, it is a thing. But so yeah, the retrospective series though, I'm still working on a title. It will be evolving my table though in Final Fantasy 14. That table is gonna be part of the set. I spent good gil on that table. We are using it.
You got that table for cheap.
I don't know. I spent 5,000 gil on it.
I could craft a better table.
That table is beautiful. And I could put so much shit on it. But, yeah, no, it's gonna be weird.
Why are we arguing about that goddamn table?
But, what's gonna suck is if I don't get a house in the roulette.
Yeah.
Like, that's just gonna be stuck in my apartment in 14.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what other games I want to do. I also have thought about redoing another full playthrough of Dark Souls. The only issue, Dark Souls 1, Blighttown. Because,
You're right.
I wouldn't want to just, as much as I like this, having the the Switch version, it doesn't look the prettiest.
You're right.
Actually, if I was to do it though, I will say, I would do the remastered on Steam and modded with the Inferno Plus Cursed Dark Souls mod.
Oh god.
It's great. One of the update logs is the super secret boss fight with Master Chief has been removed.
Aw.
Miyazaki is in the game. He added, like, the insanity of this man. He did custom reloading it, holding, and aiming animations for a bunch of guns from Halo.
Ooh.
In Dark Souls. Like, in all honesty, like, I would suggest watching his video on it. It is insane the amount of work he did on it. Because, like, when at first glance, you know, it looks like a haha shit post.
Yeah.
He actually fixed some of the problems DS1 has.
Ooh.
Like, for example, you can actually snipe with the sniper crossbow.
Oh, good.
He fixed aiming. Bows are actually useful. Outside, you know, poking Manus of the Abyss to death.
Right.
Yeah, it's a good thing. I suggest checking it out. But I got a lot of things how's this? I've got a lot of things I'd like to do. Which isn't that the story of the channel?
Yeah.
But yeah, going also into 22, we are going to be having semi-consistent stream schedules.
We'll see about that.
Okay, look. This claim is going to be a little bit more believable than, say, a certain shark girl saying she's not going to talk about feet. But
girl.
but yeah, in terms of the schedules though, first stream of the new year that is currently planned will be on January 7th. So not this upcoming Friday, next Friday. It's going to be on Twitch. The current set time is, we're EST, right? Does it say something? I'm forgetting the time zone. Yeah. 10 a.m. EST is the time I'm going to aim to start. Realistically, it's probably going to start closer to 11. That will be the first Ender Lily stream. Unless we get schedule conflicts with tabletop stuff, would Saturdays be good for you for Lego Star Wars?
Probably.
Because my current mindset is, my current mindset is because we could do that at least somewhat more consistently. Because Saturdays are kind of easier for me to do because I just do it in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So Ender Lily starts Friday, January 7th. Lego Star Wars currently set for Saturday, January 8th. Time me and PK will figure it out. We'll post it later.
Yeah.
But at least the consistent stream will be Fridays every 2 weeks. So from January 7th to January 21st, and then so on and so forth. Basically, skip a week. Just it gives me a week off to do any editing or anything I need to do for videos. It also, in terms of videos going up, they're going to be going up 5 p.m. Eastern Standard. So kind of like what the upload is staying the same. In terms of live streams, 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. Eastern Standard. We will, if there will be sometimes random streams during the week. That's probably just gonna be Final Fantasy or just random one shots.
Random bullshit.
All the random bullshit. In terms of any new games in streams, it all depends what catches my interest in 2022. Because I know this year had like the random as fuck Metroid Dread release.
Yeah.
Like we did not expect that to come.
No one expected Metroid Dread.
And it was great.
Except for the people that leaked it.
Yeah, and like no one believed the people leaked it because we had like Metroid has been like in development hell for a few years now.
Been in limbo. At least they still acknowledge its existence as opposed to, say, F-Zero.
Poor F-Zero. But see here, I'm trying to think here. Because in 2022, in terms of new releases, the only thing I could think of off the top of my head that I'm currently looking forward to, Skywalker Saga, if it actually comes. I'm trying to think here.
Breath of the Wild 2.
Breath of the Wild 2, if it comes, that's set for an end of the year release. Hopefully, that one I'm still putting at like tentative.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Oh, it's going to happen. I just don't know if it's going to be in 2022.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. Is it there a Sonic game or is that 2023?
I honestly don't know when Sonic Frontiers is coming out.
Because that actually looks interesting. Because it's supposed to be an open world Sonic.
It's an open world Sonic game, which I don't know how they're going to do that well, but hope exists.
Yep.
This is a new era. I think we're in a new era of Sonic.
Yeah. Wait. How did I not hear about this? I'm checking. There's also I don't know how, like if it's got a set release date, but in the works. There's an RTS called Stargate Timekeepers. For anyone who doesn't know, I like Stargate. I'm trying to think here what else. If it comes out, maybe we'll do Final Fantasy 16. Depending on how long it gets delayed.
Yeah.
Because we have had confirmation it has been delayed. Yoshi's going to talk more about it in the spring.
He's going to apologize some more.
God, Yoshi.
Yoshi P, please.
Let's build the Matrix. I'm just checking, seeing if there's like anything I'm going to say that we're going to aim to stream. I don't think there was anything else. I mean, there's a couple stuff from Dead Cells, but that's gonna be like one-shot stuff, if anything. I don't know. While I'm double checking this, is there anything you want to say about the past 11 years of this channel?
It has been an interesting experience being your friend.
And how you regret ever working with this channel.
I won't say that.
Yeah. I do not regret making this channel. I might make jokes about how like insane it was for me to keep running this thing. But yeah, I enjoyed. I still enjoy making the content.
Yeah.
Let's see. Uh, I depending on how I feel after the Desmond stuff, I might end up doing the 3 ancient past Assassin's Creed games. So Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla.
Hmm.
Because the only issue I have with it, I'd have to do Origins. And it's not that Origins is bad. I'm just not that interested in the time placement. I prefer ancient Greece over ancient Egypt.
That's fair.
Uh, and I'll be honest, I just prefer ancient Greece and Vikings over the Egyptians.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, should we stream Star Wars Eclipse? Fuck no.
I don't think Star Wars Eclipse will be out.
Yeah, I don't think it will, but you could not pay me enough to stream that game.
You never know.
I mean, it's already.
I still don't want to support the man. But you never know.
I know. I don't want to support the lead the head of the company, and the lead developer
And
for it.
honestly, some of the development team itself. You know what? Maybe just don't buy it.
Yeah, it's also a thing.
Quantum Dream has gotten many sexual assault allegations against them.
And seeing how their games are, I believe them.
Yeah.
But it's also just as a even ignoring that, that is definitely something that feeds into my opinion about them. But it's also just as a gamer, I do not like those styles of games. I don't even like them from Telltale. Hell, I don't even like. It's one of the reasons why I don't even like Life is Strange.
I can enjoy it because it's basically a point and click adventure, and I love point and click adventure games. It's what really started my enjoyment of video games in a general sense, to be honest.
I will say I like Life is Strange more than the other ones in that genre, mostly because Life is Strange won't beat itself if you don't touch a controller.
You're right.
Oh, the Telltales and Quantic Dreams are the worst examples of it, but they're also the best examples because they make the most of them.
Yeah, you're right.
But I'm trying to think here. I have been thinking this would be another co-op thing that's done on the side after Lego Star Wars is done. I might sit down with my brother and we might do a full stream series of at the very least, the Bungie Halo trilogy. And if I could get 4 people together, well, 2 more, Halo Reach. Which would just end up being just stupid jokes. To quote Russia Badger, take Rainbow Six Extraction. We do none of that. Halo Reach. In all honesty, Halo usually ends up me bullying grunts and doing dumb shit.
Okay.
But it's been 11 years. The channel, like I said, the channel did not grow as much during 2022 as we did during 2021. I still have no idea where these 200 subscribers came from.
But you are appreciated.
You are very appreciated. I think most of you are waiting to see if I'm going to do more old memes. That is probably not happening. I actually am also thinking about doing some more animations, MMD animations, going back to that. It won't be anything full blown like I did in the past, just because I do not have the time for that anymore. Or the energy. I might do little clip shorts. If anything, you know what I would compare it to? I might end up doing what Hachima or Marine Chen do, but just not nearly as cursed. Because if you check out their channels every so often, they upload just random animations. Marines are usually just her getting slapped, because she apparently just likes that, I guess. And Hachimas are weird, just eldritch shit. But yeah, also the model is here to stay. Just it's gonna be works. I'm still trying to get the mouth to work the way I like. It's either too sensitive or not sensitive
enough.
Exactly. Also, I will say, fuck those guys who developed the last program I used for the tracking. Won't go into what it was. Won't go into why. Yeah, there's reasons, but I will not badmouth them on stream. But yeah, I look forward to keep doing this. I hope there's all kinds of new stuff I want to do. One thing I want to see if I could do is if I can get it to work and I can get a VR headset. I want to see if I can use this model in VR chat.
Probably.
Oh no, you very much can. I mean, we know these models can translate. I mean, we see VShow. We see. I have to say VShojo. HoloLive. I'm trying to think here. Drumsy.
Does he count though?
I mean, technically he does, but technically he also doesn't. You know, that's the crossover this channel needs. We need to work with Drumsy. God. I don't know if we're like nearly deranged enough for that, but
you finally get to hang out with Illy.
It just turned to an argument between someone of English heritage and a Scot.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably a good time.
Yeah.
But yep. With that, I think I'm going to end the stream. I need to start actually, because I didn't realize it. It has been a while since I last turned on my Xbox One. Like, this is the first time in a while I've turned it on. It's got 4.4 gigabytes of updates.
Oof.
I also forgot that I didn't have the X collection on it anymore. Thankfully, that's a physical copy.
Okay.
None of my save data is there.
Oh.
It's all on my cloud. Which I can't access until I finish updating the console.
Oops.
But, yeah. Which I had to update it anyway, because, Assassin's Creed's gonna be done that way.
Right.
But, I also do want to do more, why am I drawing blank? Oh yeah, I remember now. I want to do more, Smash Bros. And other party games.
Could be fun, yeah.
But yeah, everyone, I hope you all enjoy your new year, because we will not be live until next year.
See you next year, guys. We won't be doing anything for a whole year.
My god, the channel's gonna die. We're gonna lose the channel. We're not gonna do anything for a year. It's gonna fall into oblivion, into disarray, and it's gonna be like, I never did anything. Wait, isn't that what we're already at?
Yeah.
But yeah, I will. Yeah. Back to doing more random ass shit.
Just enjoy what we've got.
Oh, well, what do we got? A pure mess of memes and stupidity.
Yeah, it's something.
True. There's one thing I will give this channel. We do dumb shit.
Alright.
Good night, everyone.